Let's get straight into big news. So Mike Maignan of AC Milan, and obviously France's #1 goalkeeper, is set to sign for Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano says Chelsea submit bid around €50 million. His final decision will be up to AC Milan. I mean, this is an incredible fee for a goalkeeper that is effectively one of the best goalkeepers in the world, in my opinion, but also France's #1. Why is he so cheap? 1 year left on his contract. AC Milan not in Europe. So Chelsea, again, looking like making real waves in another transfer window. I like this signing. Let me know what your thoughts are on Maignan. I think that we know so much in football, whether we're talking about Dembele, whether we're talking about Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Wirtz. The modern football fan has so much access to football. I remember watching the '99 final between Man United and Bayern Munich, and people were saying Bayern Munich are going for a treble as well. I was like, I don't bloody care. Who are they? Because we had no Bundesliga action. We didn't see these players unless it was in a World Cup or a Euros. Nowadays, we know all about these players. But Maignan is a player that I think we probably doesn't get that. Everybody knows who he is, but how good do you think he is? Because for me, save ability, brilliant at it, pretty good in the air, distribution's good, and I think he's a bit of a leader as well. So I look at Chelsea's problems, it's goal scoring and it's saving. And Maignan, I mean, it could go wrong. He might make a load of stinkers and flop, but I've got to give Chelsea credit here. This is exactly the sort of signing you should be making. You should have made it 2 years ago. So I think they're making a really intelligent signing here. And, are we starting to get to a point where we start to say, could Chelsea push into that top three? I still think they lack experience. But I think this signing's a very, very good signing. So give me your thoughts.
Well, look, Chelsea have let it be known that they are willing to pay a maximum of €15 million to AC Milan for Mike Maignan. Now, that is about £12.6 million. Now, they have not made a bid for the player, but they've let it be known that is the top price we'll pay. Now, he's France's #1 goalkeeper, but the reason Chelsea will not pay more than £12.6 million is because he's going to be 30 next month, and also he's just got 1 year left on his contract. So if he doesn't sign a new contract to AC Milan, doesn't look like he will at the moment, he will be available on a free transfer next summer. And Chelsea think it doesn't make sense to pay more than £12.6 million for somebody who they could speak to in January and potentially sign for nothing next summer, especially because they're happy with the goalkeepers they have. Now, I think Mike Maignan himself wants to move to Chelsea, but our colleagues at Sky in Italy have been saying that AC Milan want 25, 30 million euros for him. If AC Milan stick to that position, then the deal is not going to happen. And I don't think we're in a situation where Chelsea are just going to make bids for players because it would be a waste of time. AC Milan would just reject the bids. I think Chelsea have just let it be known, this is what we'll offer.
Okay.
If you're interested, let's talk some more and then we'll make an official bid. Or we might not even need to make a bid. We'll just agree a price and we can have the player before the deadline on Tuesday night so he can join us for the Club World Cup.
Fair to say they do have quite a few options in terms of the goalkeeping department, about 6 on their books already.
The more the days go on, the more I get concerned about this Gittins deal because it looks more and more likely it's going to happen. I mean, we've agreed personal terms on a 7-year deal, but we're negotiating now with Dortmund to get the deal done. And I don't know, I mean, I've looked at his highlight reels. Anyone can have a good highlight reel. Look at Sancho's highlight reel at Dortmund. I just don't rate wingers that come from Dortmund. I don't. I just think wingers that come from Dortmund, they're just not as good as everybody makes out that they are. And there's no, I mean, he come from Man City's academy. He's got the connection with a couple of the Man City lads that are already at the club. And he looks all right. But I just think, like, what? I don't see the need to buy him. I feel like we're just, at that point, with him being like 20 years old, we're just taking valuable minutes away from Tyreek George at this point. And I don't know, there's just something about wingers from Dortmund that I just don't rate. Like, if we get him, I'll back him and I'll support him and I'll want him to succeed at the club, obviously. But I don't see it being a good move. I really don't.
I'm going to start with Mike Maignan. It looks like, as it is staying in Italy, that This signing is set to be completed by Chelsea for a region of 18 million euros, about 15 million pounds. That is a massive signing for Chelsea. Mike Maignan, as a lot of people banter him, he's a fantastic goalkeeper, great with his feet, the number one starting goalkeeper for France. And I believe he's an absolutely top-notch goalkeeper, and you cannot get better than this for that price. And I think he goes to Chelsea, gives the back line a lot of confidence. There's a lot of people that are worried about starting next season with Robert Sanchez, because every time we watch Chelsea, it's a little bit worried. Like at the back line of Chelsea, everyone is anxious because of Robert Sanchez's mistake, who gifts goals left and right, who passes the ball wrong, who passes the ball to the opposition. I've said that he has improved a little bit over the past 3-4 months, in the last 3-4 months of the season. But he's still not good enough for Chelsea to go on and win titles and do things different. And we know that Mike Maignan has won the league with Milan before, and he has won trophies with Milan, and he also reached the final with France in the World Cup. And he's a very, very good goalkeeper, to be honest. And I think he gives Chelsea right away, instantly, the edge in that defense, and he gives them confidence. The likes of Colwell, the likes of Shalaba, even if he plays, the likes of Tosin, Fofana when he comes back, and even if Chelsea signs centre-backs, I believe having Mike Maignan behind you gives you a lot of confidence. So that is a fantastic and a magnificent signing. And a lot of people said that it's not going to happen. And I thought that at the end, Mike Maignan has 1 year left at his contract. AC Milan are in a rebuild, and it looks like it's a match made in heaven. AC Milan want to sell, Chelsea want to buy. This guy comes in, and I think he becomes the number one starter instantly. Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy are saying that the deal is going to be done soon. Yes, AC Milan wanted 30 million euros, but they were dreaming. Chelsea were never saying that, would never pay in this. They might pay 18 million plus 2-3 million in bonuses, which is not bad for a top-notch goalkeeper. And that is a response for everyone that is saying that Chelsea don't sign experience. Here you go, an experience signing, of course, for Chelsea.
Mike Maignan of AC Milan, and obviously France's number one goalkeeper, is set to sign for Chelsea. Fabrizio Romano says Chelsea submit bid around 15 million euros. His final decision will be up to AC Milan. I mean, this is an incredible fee for a goalkeeper that is effectively one of the best goalkeepers in the world, in my opinion, but also France's number one. Why is he so cheap? 1 year left on his contract. AC Milan not in Europe. So Chelsea, again, looking like making real waves in another transfer window. I like this signing. Maignan is a player that I think probably doesn't get that. Everybody knows who he is, but how good do you think he is? Because for me, save ability, brilliant at it, pretty good in the air, distribution's good, and I think he's a bit of a leader as well. So I look at Chelsea's problems, it's goal scoring and it's saving. And Maignan, I mean, it could go wrong. He might make a load of stinkers and flop, but I've got to give Chelsea credit here. This is exactly the sort of signing you should be making. You should have made it 2 years ago. So I think they're making a really intelligent signing here. And, you know, are we starting to get to a point where we start to say, could Chelsea push into that top three? I still think they lack experience. But I think this signing's a very, very good signing. So give me your thoughts.